Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, the backdrop is a bit hit and miss, but I've just moved flat and I've not yet managed to get where I want to film sort of set up. But I wanted to film this because it is relevant now, so we're going with it. I'm just sat on my bed, gonna have a cozy little chat with you, and the topic of the video today is what to take to uni. I feel like this is such a relevant video right now because so many people are going to uni and so many people are terrified and not knowing what the hell to take with them. I was in your shoes, I got your back, let's get on with it. So I'm going to start with the main focal point of where you're staying and your room, and that is the bedroom. Now most rooms at uni, if not all, I'm not sure, but I know that mine didn't, do not come with the duvet and do not come with pillows. So essentially for a good night's sleep you will need a duvet, you will need a pillow or two if you're that kind of person, and you'll need a duvet cover. As well as your duvet cover, you will need things like a sheet, and 110% the most important thing to bring to go on your bed is a mattress protector. I cannot stress enough. You don't know who has been in there before you have. Mattress protectors save lives. Most accommodation is single beds, some are double, so make sure you check before you buy a duvet so that it actually fits the bed. There's not a lot of storage in uni halls, so in terms of clothes, only bring with you what you know you will wear. If you haven't worn it in the past year or so, the chances are you are never going to wear it again. Leave it at home, you can always go back for it. Bring what you know you're going to wear. In terms of CDs and DVDs, you will probably not use them. CDs, I have all my CDs with me and I never touch them. I'm always listening to Spotify or Apple Music, or I've got YouTube on. DVDs, I can't tell you the last time I picked up a DVD. I always watch Netflix or stuff like that online. But if you have your favourite CDs and DVDs that you want to bring with you, take your favourites, but you do not need everything you own. Do not worry, you will be on the internet, you'll be streaming, you'll be doing stuff like that. It's so much easier. What is this random piece of hair? A TV is not essential, so don't think that it is. You probably won't have one in your halls, but I can't remember the last time I used a TV. I'm always using my laptop or my tablet and watching like YouTube on there, or watching films on there and Netflix on there. So a TV is not essential, but if you're one of those people that wants a TV and wants to watch your DVDs in it, or you play game consoles and you need your TV, by all means bring it. The lighting is so weird here. I will find somewhere better for the next video. You will need a wash basket to store all your dirty clothes in. Remember, you've got whites and you've got darks. Wash them separately. You do not want your white underwear to go black. I prefer having a basket that I can take the clothes out of and put in to take them down to the washing machine, so I'm not taking the whole wash basket, but that's completely up to you what you want to do. But for me, I prefer to have my wash basket and then a basket to carry the stuff in down to the washrooms. But yeah, a wash basket will be essential. This isn't essential, but if you have a suitcase, bring it with you because you never know, you'll be travelling to go home, you could be travelling to go somewhere. A suitcase is always handy to have. Now I'd say that this is essential, a clothes horse, because you've got your washrooms with your tumble dryers and you've got your washing machines, but not everything can be tumble dried. So I like to have a clothes horse which I can hang my clothes on and leave them to dry, because I don't want to ruin it by putting everything in the tumble dryer. You can get them cheap enough. You don't by all means need an expensive one. Mine is so cheap. So yeah, look into maybe getting a clothes horse. You don't need one within like the first few weeks while you're finding your feet, but in the long run it will stick with you throughout your like uni degree. So yeah, a clothes horse is something to look into. If you're struggling for storage within the room, do remember that some student accommodation has storage under the bed. My bed lifts it up and I could put stuff under there. So check that out before you move in, find out where your storage is within the room and try to use it wisely because they're not massive. Just remember, in uni halls you're not allowed any candles and you're not allowed any heaters, and mini fridges as well are quite frowned upon. Posters are things that uni halls look down on. They don't like you to damage the walls, but I did put posters up, but I put them on the wardrobes and on the sides of the wardrobe. So if that's your sort of thing, try to get a wood surface within the room to try not to damage the room so you can still have those posters up in your room. Bathroom. 100% you need towels. Remember to bring them. You don't need loads, it's only you using them. So a couple of towels, couple of hand towels, that will do you just fine. Remember to wash them before you use them because honestly the fur gets stuck to you and it goes everywhere. I had a red bathroom for about a whole year because I hadn't washed my red towels before I used them. Fun fact, Wilkinson's towels are so soft and the fur doesn't go anywhere. They are a dream. You'll probably need a holder to put your toothbrushes in, just a bog standard pot, nothing expensive. I think mine was about £1. You'll want to get yourself a floor mat because the last thing you want is to get water all over the floor and slip and slide when you come out of your shower. That is the worst thing. I've been there and I've done it. So a floor mat just to dry off your feet when you get out. These things are not essential, but they're something that I preferred to have. I bought my own shower curtain so I could take down their shower curtain just in case it like got a bit moldy or like rotted at the bottom where like the water's been sitting. So then I could put theirs back on, it would be fine and they'd not charge me for it and I could chuck away mine. So yeah, I preferred to have my own shower curtain. It was just my own personal thing. And I liked to have a bin in my bathroom because, I don't know, a sanitary bin next to the bathroom is just so much easier than having one bin in your room because you've got the two different ones, and if you're a girl the two different ones is so much easier, so much more hygienic, and is a lifesaver. Of course this stuff is mainly for if you've got your own ensuite bathroom. If you're sharing then you probably don't need most of this stuff. Kitchen. Now you do not need everything that the homeware stores will have. Check out your accommodation before you go because 10 to 1 you'll normally have a kettle, a toaster and a microwave, so you won't need any of that stuff. We had about 5 kettles in the first year and about 3 toasters. We didn't need them at all. And we had a microwave as well. So check out what you've got before you bring anything. 110% you probably won't need a kettle. If you want to bring like a blender or a toasting machine or stuff like that, that is perfectly fine. You can bring all those because they're sort of things that you won't have. You'll just have your bog standard things on the worktops. So check out what they offer before you go. Top tip, most places will have an ironing board and they will have an iron with a mop and a hoover, so don't stress. You will need to bring your cutlery. You will probably not need a 24-piece set of cutlery. You will only need a couple for yourself. The same goes for plates and bowls and cups. You will not need a full family size set. You will only need a couple for yourself. If in doubt, later on in like second year, third year, if you're not a fan or you need more, then you can always get them then. You only need bog standard stuff because there'll not be enough storage for everything. So you only need a couple of each. Pans, remember your frying pan, and remember you can get a set of a couple of different size pans just to cook stuff in, like your pasta or your beans or anything else you'll be making. You don't need loads, you only need a couple, so check those out and do remember to bring a frying pan. Kitchen utensils, you've got your tin opener, you've got your pizza cutter, that sort of stuff, your spatula. Without a doubt your parents will be able to help you out with most of this stuff, but I bought most of my kitchen utensils because they're something that's going to stay with me throughout the 3 years in the course, because you don't know who you're going to be sharing with in second year and stuff like that. So I had all my own utensils. So speak to your parents, they will probably be able to help you out. Basically most of the stuff you have in your drawer at home you will need at uni, but don't fret because you probably won't need everything. You know those weird screwy things or something that looks a bit weird in your drawer that you don't know what is? Yeah, you probably won't need. Now I'd say one of the key things to have in your kitchen is storage boxes, the plastic ones, because without a doubt you'll make way too much food and it saves so much money if you can put it in a box and freeze it for another day. So it's nice to have that option there. So cheap plastic boxes, they're about £1, £2. Make sure you have some of those in, save your food, save your money. Honestly, it will be a lifesaver. Moving on to your uni bag, you do not need as much stuff as you did at school. 100%. If you're doing sort of like an art degree or a degree that needs certain like utensils or like equipment, then yeah, by all means you'll need those stuff. Like for me, I do CSI, so I need my scene suit and my lab coat, and I've got goggles as well, which you've not actually used but I have. So make sure you've got all of that special equipment with you. The key thing I'd say is to make sure your bag is a strong bag, because if you're carrying around your notebooks and all of your equipment, make sure it's strong, because the last thing you want is it to strap. The last thing you want is for it to snap during the first week. You will need a notebook. Nothing special, you just need a notebook. You'll need a small pencil case because you will probably only need like pens and pencils. You'll not need any of the specialist like weird geometry sets you used to have at school, unless you're doing like maths maybe. But yeah, you need your bog standard sort of like your pens, pencils and rubber sort of thing. So that means you'll only need a small pencil case. Trust me, I never really used my pencil case. I just kind of had pens in the bottom of my bag that I used because I never had to use any other equipment. So it depends on your course, but for me a small pencil case did just fine. I like to have a water bottle on me because in lectures you probably will need a drink and you can't get up to go get one. So yeah, a water bottle, 110% lifesaver. A laptop is one of the best things because you can do your work from home and you can carry it around and you can transport it. You won't need it in your bag every single day when you go to lectures, unless you're the kind of person who likes to take notes on the laptop rather than write them down. That's completely up to you. But yeah, something to do your work on is essential for uni, but if you don't have that or you can't afford that, honestly, do not freak out, do not panic, do not start crying, do not start running around. There's the library. I loved the library in first year and I still do, and I did most of my work in there. They have computers galore, laptops galore that you can take out, so they have everything you will need. So do not stress, do not panic. If your laptop decides to shut down on you, they can help you out. Been there, done that. Mine broke on me. Sort of add is if you're a girl, or maybe if you're a boy, you never know. You might want to bring your hair dryer and your straighteners and all those sort of things because you will not have them there. And an extra blanket is always great because for me, I found that the student accommodation was quite cool, so an extra blanket was always handy to have. Here's my list of what I'd bring to uni. I'm just going to touch on a couple of topics before I finish to do with uni because I've had some people ask about them, so I'm going to talk about them for you. During freshers, basically freshers is like the welcome week of uni. The second years and third years won't be back yet, it's just first years. You have a welcome week where you get used to what's going on. There's different fairs, there's different things going on within the student unions, and you basically get into grips with where things are. You've got tours and you get to meet some of your lecturers, and you basically get into grips with uni life. Now, the nightlife of freshers. There's loads of events going on, like drinking events, there's paint parties, all that sort of thing. But if that's not your scene, that is fine. You do not have to do any of that. But if there's like, is your thing, then check it out. You can make some new friends, take some of the friends that you've made already within your halls, and just have a good time and settle into uni. Nothing is too strenuous within Freshers Week. Management, that was one of my key problems, but the way I found is when I was given my student finance, and then the rent got taken out, I was left with a chunk of money that I had to last until the next time I got my student finance. What I did is I took off any sort of like bills that I had coming out. So I wrote down how much I had, I subtracted my phone bill and to see what I was left with. And then I divided that between the months that I had until I got the next student finance. And from that worked out roughly how much I had to spend each week. That worked out brilliant because I had a budget that I could spend and go under, and I knew if I was going over, so that was very, very helpful for me. Budget of what you want to spend on food. Now remember, food has sell-by dates, so you do not need to buy everything within 1 week. You can stretch it, so you do not need too much. You're only feeding yourself, so try and plan it and write everything down. It's the best thing to help with budgeting. Yeah, there are student bank accounts which have overdrafts. If that's something you're interested in, then pop on down to your local bank and get some information on that. Unis offer bursaries for certain like families that are being paid a certain amount and stuff like that, so check that out when you go to uni. You never know, you may be entitled for a bursary and that is more money in your pocket. It is just a thing that happens, you can't prevent it, and there's not a lot you can do about it. You will probably feel homesick. If you cry for the first like full week of uni, that is normal. I've been there, I cried for about a week as well. The main thing is just to keep in touch, make sure you're ringing them, make sure they're texting you, stuff like that. Keep on top of what they're doing and let them know what you're doing. I ring my mum about literally every day to tell her what I'm doing. So just keep that communication going so you feel like they're still in your life and you're still doing stuff. But trust me, it will become second nature in a while. You'll have your own little life and you'll get used to it. You will miss home, you will miss your family. It's just one of those things. But keeping in contact with them will help you through that. And there's always support from the uni and from your friends if you ever need it. Making friends, the only way I can say this is to stick your foot in the door and just go for it. Everybody's in the same boat, nobody knows anyone. People come from loads of different areas and join together. It's just one of those things. I will let you into a fun fact. My first day, I was terrified, I didn't know anyone. But my uni had a big group chat, so maybe check if your uni does. And there was a girl that put a message in saying, does anybody want to meet me because I'm scared I'm going to get lost. And I was in exactly the same boat. I was terrified of getting lost on my first day, so I thought, why not? We can get lost together. Now that's something I was never ever thought I'd do. I was terrified, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it because I don't want to be on my own. And I met up with her and we went to the class on the first day. That girl was Beth. I'm now living with her and she's one of my absolute best friends. And she introduced me to Jonathan and all of the other friends that I have at uni. So yeah, honestly, foot in the door, go for it. You will make great friends. It will happen. So do not be scared. Easier said than done because it's terrifying. Been there, done that. But it will all work out in the end, I promise. What to bring to uni video, I don't know what my arms are doing. I also don't know what's going on with this backdrop. I keep talking about it, but it's very bizarre. If video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Please share it with someone that you know is going to university and may need a helping hand, because that's what we're here to do. I'm a third year now and I've been there and I've done that. If there's something that I've missed out or something you'd like to ask about, do drop it in the comments or DM me on social media. I'm happy to help. If you go into uni, you will smash it, I am sure. And until next time guys, bye!